Date is at the end of March. So it could happen any day now. And I am feeling very anxious, very nervous, obviously excited to meet the boy or girl. Didn't find out, but I'm also really scared. There's a lot of rumors out there about what hospitals are allowing, how many visitors, how long you can stay. Trying to stay positive, but I'd be lying if I didn't admit that, yeah, I'm scared.
And that is Sportsnet anchor Ivanka Osmak, and a friend of mine who is just one of many pregnant women facing anxieties about giving birth amid a global pandemic. A lot of questions here. And for some answers, I'm joined by Dr. Jennifer Blake from Canada's Society of Obstetricians Gynecologists to give us some tips on protecting yourself if you are expecting. Good morning. Thank you for joining us, Doctor.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So let's begin here. Let's say you are pregnant right now, like someone in Ivanka's case, with worries on delivery, because dependent on different hospitals, there are certain policies on what you can do for visitors or whatnot. So what should someone know if they are expecting very shortly?
The first and most important thing, as you say, is to get in touch with your hospital, because there may be differences between hospitals in the specific policy. But what you will find is that all hospitals are restricting visitors. Now, we don't consider the person who comes with you as your support person in labor to be a visitor. They are part of your healthcare team, and that person, in every case that I have ever heard of in Canada, will be with you for your labor and birth.
Okay. There's a lot of information out there and a gray area with, let's say you're pregnant. Could your baby, and let's say you were to contract COVID-19 and your baby, how is their health going to hold up? There was a study that just got released. 33 pregnant women in China who were infected with the coronavirus found that 3 of them gave birth to babies with COVID-19. Again, all of this still developing. This information.
Not exactly. And I think that study, you really have to read it very carefully. There are 3 babies who showed signs of COVID-19 on day 2. So those babies weren't swabbed at birth, and we don't know if they were positive. But they also tested the amniotic fluid that surrounds the baby, and it was negative. There was no evidence of COVID-19, and no one has ever found COVID-19 causing a blood infection, which would be another way to get it to the baby. So it's a little bit surprising. There was another article in there that suggested that looking at antibodies, that they thought perhaps the babies had an in utero infection, but it didn't quite look the same way. So there's nothing conclusive. It's still a question, and for the most part, the babies have been fine. Those 3 babies all recovered. So it was a mild illness, and it does seem to be a mild illness in children. So I don't think that would be the thing to be worrying about. I think that it is going to certainly be a birthday you will never forget.
That's for sure. That's for sure. How about someone who's in early stages right now, pregnant, and are just nervous about exposure in general, doing what they can when it comes to self-isolation and social distancing, but perhaps they work in an essential service. Is there advice being given to them on taking any extra measures or precautions?
I think the most important thing is the training, because it's so much of what we have to do is just counterintuitive. You're used to putting on a mask and wearing it to protect a patient from you. Now, the outside of the mask is actually the place where you have to worry about that could be contaminated. So you can't touch your mask. You've seen people, I'm sure, pull their masks down over their face. You can't pull your mask down over your face. You have to be watching your hands. All of that training takes time and repetition. So it's good to practice that when you're not exposed to high-risk situations. And in most situations, given the choice of assigning you to a patient who has COVID or not, if you're pregnant, likelihood is that you won't. But your training and the mask and gloves that you wear, the equipment you wear, is all the protection that you need.
Okay. I wish we had more time, Doctor, but all good bits of advice. If people want some more information, where can they go?
SOGC has, our website is up. It has a lot of COVID resources on it. And we also have a page especially for women in pregnancy called Pregnancy Info. If you go to sogc.org, You'll find the links to our COVID page, our pregnancy page, and also information on birth control and information on other kinds of women's health issues, because birth control is also important in a pandemic.
Absolutely. Okay, SOGC.ca. We'll put that up on our website.
Yeah, .org.
.org, apologies. Dr. Jennifer Blake, thank you.
I should double check it.
Don't
They may
worry.
have checked.
We will find it. We will find it and we will post it. Thank you.
Thank you.